quite well, but the social sector has done very well. Bangladesh's social indicator is about the best in South Asia today. I repeat, Bangladesh's social indicators are the best in South Asia. Because it reflects that how the economy also had taken care of people in general. Poverty alleviation, women's empowerment, and all the rest of it have done very, very well in Bangladesh. And this is why the foundation of this economy is so strong and withstood all this turbulence that Bangladesh has gone through. So that gives us the confidence that with the new government, democratic order back in the country, everybody's on their uppermost on their mind how the economy is going to do. Believe me, we are all focused on economy right now. And for economy, capital market is inevitable. I agree. The capital market should have done a lot better as much as the economy had done in the past. That has not been fully achieved. So the gap the capital market could have fulfilled supporting the economy has not happened as much as it was expected. As a result, there was heavy borrowing from the high street banks. And that's a mismatch. Clearly, the high street banks' deposits are basically mostly on short-term basis. And capital market lending is short-term, long-term basis. So there's a huge mismatch of financial order, and that cost us dearly in our financial sector. So the now focus, because it's very relevant to today's discussion, now the focus is on our capital market. Where do we go from here? And this huge gap of financing, where does the capital market come in? And this is a very interesting scenario. This is where we all come into the new playbook for our economic development. Unless we develop capital market, we really cannot come out of the financial issues that we have had recently. Of course, that happened through an economy of patronization, oligarchy, and all that. That didn't help. Now, we have to address very seriously how we go ahead with our capital market. And I'm so glad that our friends have come at a time when we are planning big. I think our friend from Japan mentioned that Bangladesh needed turbochargers, I can assure you, I think turbocharger is going to be in place in Bangladesh. It is going to be in place. And we are fully committed, going forward, how to address the issues of capital market. Because we didn't have enough blue chips companies coming into the market. We didn't have institutional investors coming in the way that they should have done. we did have a lot of retail investors, of course. And of course, all the frontier funds and the emerging funds was coming, but somehow wasn't enough to build up the depth of the capital market. Unfortunately, as I said, the GDP market cap ratio, we are one of the lowest, unfortunately. Although this is surprising how the economy has done well, 6% growth rate, 7%, 7.06 when we left the government, that did not reflect in the capital market. And that should have happened, quite honestly. Now, this is the time that we are addressing it. We need to create the depth in the market. We need good companies to come into the market. We need institutional investors, retail investors, of course. Oh, okay. I've been requested to speak in Bengali because the press is complaining. I'll come to that, okay. I'll do that at the end of it. So we need to have a lot of, we need to create a sovereign fund. We need to create corporate funds. We need to have green funds. And this is all people have been talking, and because what brings me to this subject, I'm getting a lot of fund managers coming to Bangladesh right now. And they are all, even the mission chiefs in Dhaka are talking about the funds, you know, the bonds and equities that we need to, it's equity is on its, Bangladesh has had another problem, by the way, that over the last decade and a half, we saw a lot of the economic dependency really happen with debt and printing money. So you can imagine when you go for such option, for printing money in the debt-based economy, so it's not sustainable. Now we have to move from the debt-based economy and printing money into investment-based economy. And this is where you come in, my friends. I think we are ready for sovereign bonds, we are ready for corporate bonds, green bonds, and all other portfolios or products that capital market needs in Bangladesh. Because the gap, as I mentioned, is very big right now. Between the high state borrowing and the capital market, what should have happened? This is where you all come in. Bangladesh is going to, we are ready for a boom, I can tell you this. But in order that to happen, this mismatch we have to come out of, and we have to fill it with the proper portfolios in the economy. And for that, there is a political consensus, as you have heard the speakers. As for my party was founded purely on the value of democracy and free market economy. And we have been patronizing the private sector-led growth right from the beginning. Our motto is the private sector-led growth, and that is sustainable. And I can promise you for capital market in the future, the next government, whoever comes, but if we come, we will fully own the capital market. Absolutely. No question about it. And any reforms needs to be done will be done. Any reforms. We are going to be a highly deregulated economy.